I was driving cross-country for work and didn't plan on stopping for the night. But around 1 a.m., exhaustion hit me hard. The nearest place was a small roadside motel off a nearly empty highway. The sign flickered, and the parking lot was almost completely empty. Just 2 cars, both parked far from the entrance. The man at the front desk barely spoke. He slid the key toward me and told me my room number. Then he paused and said, "If you hear anything tonight, don't open the door." I laughed awkwardly, thinking he was joking. He didn't smile. When I got to the room, the first thing I noticed was how quiet it was. No traffic noise, no wind. Then I realized something else. There were no windows. I told myself it was just an old building design and locked the door anyway. Around 2:30 a.m., I woke up to the sound of slow footsteps outside my room. They stopped directly at my door. Someone tried the handle once, then twice. I stayed completely still, barely breathing. After a long pause, the footsteps moved away, but instead of fading, they stopped again, this time right outside the bathroom wall. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. At sunrise, I packed up and went straight to the front desk. I asked the man why the room didn't have windows. He looked confused. Then he said, "That room was sealed years ago. I left without asking anything else, and I've never stayed in a roadside motel since." I checked into a cheap motel late one night after a long shift. Nothing seemed strange at first. Old carpet, dim lights, the usual. I locked the door, dropped my bag, and lay down. About an hour later, I heard the sound of a key sliding into my door lock. The handle turned. I jumped up and shouted, "Hello!" The door didn't open. Whoever it was stopped. A few seconds later, footsteps hurried away. I convinced myself it was a mistake. Maybe the front desk gave someone the wrong room number. I locked the door again and pushed a chair against it, just in case. Around 4 a.m., I woke up to the same sound. This time the lock clicked. The door opened slightly until it hit the chair. I saw a shadow on the floor. Someone whispered my room number. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. After a moment, the door slowly closed. In the morning, I went straight to the front desk and told them what happened. The clerk went pale. He told me no duplicate keys had been made, and no one else was assigned to my room. When I asked how someone unlocked my door twice, he didn't answer. He just refunded my money and told me I should leave immediately. I was driving across state lines late one night after a long day of work. I was exhausted and just wanted a place to sleep. The first motel I saw was small, tucked behind a dark, empty gas station. Its neon sign flickered unevenly, casting long shadows across the nearly empty parking lot. When I walked inside, the lobby was quiet. Too quiet. The walls were lined with outdated posters and the carpet was worn and faded. The front desk clerk, a middle-aged man with a blank expression, handed me my key without a word. I tried to make conversation, but he only muttered, "Room 7, don't make noise." I shrugged it off, thinking he was just weird, and took the key. Room 7 was on the second floor. The hallway was narrow and smelled faintly of mildew. Each step I took echoed in the emptiness. I reached my door and unlocked it. The room looked normal. A bed, a dresser, a small TV, and a bathroom. But something felt wrong. As soon as I shut the door, the silence was deafening. I unpacked my bag and sat on the bed, trying to relax. That's when I heard it, the sound of keys jingling softly outside my door. I froze. No one else was in the motel. I slowly approached the door, pressed my ear against it, and listened. Silence. I told myself it was my imagination, and went to bed. Around 1 a.m., I was woken by faint scratching coming from the bathroom. My heart raced as I grabbed my phone. No signal. I turned on the lamp and slowly opened the bathroom door. Nothing. The tub and sink were empty. I stepped back, and that's when I noticed it. A tiny note on the floor, folded neatly. It read, "I see you. Don't look behind you." I laughed nervously, trying to convince myself it was a prank. But then I heard a soft shuffle behind the closet door. I grabbed a chair and wedged it against the door. The sound stopped. Silence returned, but it was heavy, like the room itself was holding its breath. Hours passed. I barely slept. Around 4 a.m., I heard a low voice whisper my name from the hallway. I didn't wait to find out what it was. I packed everything in record time and ran to the front desk. The clerk was gone. No one else was there. I left the motel without looking back. Weeks later, I found out the motel had been shut down months before, and the previous night clerk had disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Some locals claim that room 7 is never truly empty, no matter who rents it. I still drive past that road sometimes, and every time I think about what might still be in that room, watching and waiting.